And everyone was like, oh, it's gonna be like the next big thing. And I was like, are you sure? I've never done this before. Hey, this is Sophie and the Giants, and I'm talking to DIFFUS about what I've been up to and my music. Hope you enjoy.
How did you start making music?
I mean, yeah, I didn't really have like a lot of friends and stuff. I'm quite introverted, so I like being on my own. So at school, I would always be in like the music room or something during lunchtime and not talking to people. and I also had like a lot going on in my head. I think I'm just very like emotional. So I would write a lot of my feelings down, and I just wanted to make something beautiful out of this like constant mess that I had going on, and it helped me make sense of the things that were going on in my head and understand what I was going through. So that's why I started writing. But at the start it was just like words on a piece of paper, and then one day I was like, oh, I'm gonna learn guitar. And I was really, really bad, and I was just writing songs to like one note. And then, yeah, I started writing at about, maybe I was 8 or 9, so I was really young. But it got me through my childhood, I think.
How has your writing changed since you first started?
It's different every time I write. My intention with what I'm writing is different. Some days I have a lot going on in my head and I need to figure it out, which is the same as when I was a lot younger. Now, or a lot of the time now actually, when I go in writing, just want to escape from everything, because I think the older you get and the more you learn about the world, it kind of gets a lot for you. The more you start to understand, you're like, oh, that's a lot to deal with. So now being like a young adult, I'm just trying to like stay more relaxed and have fun and not get too caught up in the seriousness of everything.
Who are the Giants?
Well, the name first started because when I was at music college, everybody was so much taller than me and I was like the small singer. And whenever I had to play in bands, we'd call it Sophie and the Giants because it was just funny, I think. And then it stuck with me, and when I decided to start my own band, I used the name. And I've had loads of different people play in my band over the years, and I've called them the Giants. And I also think it's sweet to think of the fans as giants as well, and the music and the way that it makes you feel makes you feel so much bigger than you are, which is big for me because I'm small. So like when I perform, I feel like I'm a giant. I feel so much more powerful than I do when I'm just on the street.
How did your collaboration with Purple Disco Machine happen?
So I was just sent an instrumental track from Purple Disco Machine, and he just wanted me to try and write something over the top because he said he really liked my voice. And so I'd never written actually for anything other than my own music. So it was really scary for me. I didn't think that anybody was really gonna like it. I kind of underestimated the situation. And then after writing the song for about 2 hours in my bedroom, I sent it back to him and everybody loved it. And everyone was like, oh, it's gonna be like the next big thing. And I was like, are you sure? I've never done this before. And yeah, it turned out really good. And now me and Purple Disco Machine are really good friends and we share music all the time. So I'm sure we're not gonna stop writing together.
How did it feel to blow up during lockdown?
It was just like, it's very surreal. It was kind of like I was in a movie or something and I didn't really understand what was going on because I was just being sent all these figures of like, this is how well you're doing in this country, and I'm just stuck in my bedroom. It was hard at times because, you know, it's like you finally made it and then you don't get to experience the crowds. And I think when you feel the most fulfillment is, you know, having like a crowd sing back your lyrics or seeing how much people love it. I think that's like the moment for me where I'm like, oh, this is why I do this. So not having that, the actual like communication with the crowd and the people who are enjoying the music was the most difficult part, I think.
How did it feel performing on stage again?
It was very emotional. I think I cried a lot. Yeah. it's making me emotional kind of thinking about it as well. Because it's still, even now, like I played a show earlier this week and having the crowd just sing back the lyrics, it's just crazy. It's like, I wrote that and they all know it.
Are you nervous about going on tour again?
I'm really nervous. I think it's gonna be scary because I haven't toured for like 2 years, I think. So it's nerve-wracking, but like I want it so bad. I'm so excited. It's gonna, yeah, I think I'm just gonna like emotionally skyrocket when I'm on stage, and then I'm gonna get home and crash. But I'm so excited for that. And I'm just excited to like meet all the new people who have started liking the music since, you know, COVID, and just like talking to people. I'm so excited to meet the fans and like talk to them and actually get to know them and see who are the people who, you know, actually are touched by my music and who can relate to it. Because that's like such a personal connection for me, and I love that.
How did you decide to continue as a solo artist?
So I think, so much changed over lockdown, and I think everybody spent a lot of time very isolated. And I didn't see a lot of my band during that time, and I was just writing and writing. And I don't know, I think what you want changes, especially as you get older. And I think it was just time for something new for me. I think, especially when everything starts to feel like too much, that's a good time to try something new. And I think everything was getting a lot, and I just needed a change. And it was just what felt right for me in this moment in time. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna go on to do in the future. I'm so happy that I've been in a band. It's such an incredible experience to share that with musicians and your best friends. But now it feels like it's time for me to be on my own. And it's like really scary, but I'm so excited for that. And the song We Own the Night was just kind of the right song to introduce like this kind of new era. And I guess because the music I want to make now specifically is more carefree and more fun and more just like helping people escape from reality. And We Own the Night was just such a good introduction, I felt, to like let people know where I'm at and what I want to do now.
What are your next steps?
I'm just writing so much. I want to release more music. I think more now than ever, I'm so like just burning with excitement to release the stuff that I've been working on. I'm really in love with the music that I'm creating at the moment, and I can't wait to share that with everyone. So hopefully I'm just going to be churning out new songs and sharing that with everyone.